Hey, it's been a while, and I know this is different than what I usually do, but today I just want to sit down, have a nice talk with you about some topics. I'll probably be discussing about a few topics, most likely consisting of the world, the universe, the love, and maybe something else. Who knows? Maybe if I enjoy doing these commentaries, then I might make more in the future. But other than that, let's get to the point. Also, I don't know if the mic quality is good, so if it's not, then I'm sorry for that, and also the gameplay too. It took me way longer than it should have just to set it up and get it all right, but just let's ignore all that. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the importance of life, our existence. There are just so many questions about the world, about us, that we just don't have an answer to yet. Why are we here? What really matters in our life? Now, I know some people would say some cliche things like, all that matters is preparing yourself for the future. Or some people tend to believe in deities that created us and that is why we are here. But personally, I really don't have much of an opinion because, well, no one could ever really know the answer. All we could really do is just wait and maybe even find out one day. A day where I will probably be long dead by now, so these questions don't really give me much of a concern. But it doesn't mean they certainly aren't interesting, because they are. And I wish I could know myself. But I am way far from smart. So for now, we just have to wait and see. But following into the topic about the world, I just feel like humanity is destroying themselves at this point. And to be fair, we kinda asked for it, and it is our fault. And I'll even admit that I've littered at least once or twice, maybe even more. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we just killed ourselves eventually, whether it be due to global warming such as gas emissions, burning fossil fuels, etc., or just nuclear war that would most likely just kill half the planet. I honestly don't know what goes on inside the minds of world leaders. It just feels like they can't get anything right. Sure, they say things to keep us safe, but why do we have to resort to war just so we can get peace? There clearly has to be other options out there. If they don't figure things out soon, then thanks to them, we will all die. I can already feel things are going to get worse between Russia and Ukraine. I just hope they figure out a solution eventually. It just feels like things have been going downhill ever since World War I, and even though we are advancing with our technology, it just feels like our brains have been shrinking these past decades. I can already feel a new low of stupidity with society these days, especially now that it is 2022 and almost 2023. It's honestly awful in my opinion. I miss the early 2010s, but you can never revisit the past anymore. But honestly, I think it's better that way. I've had some fun memories, and I think I want to keep them like that. Now, I'm gonna go off topic, but it means I want to discuss another topic, and I might be biased here. Well, of course I'm gonna be biased actually, this is a commentary after all. But it's about the topic of love. My opinion is most likely going to be very different from yours, or maybe not so different, but for me, love really is just a pleasure that can only last for so long. Once you no longer feel that pleasure, then you would most likely want out of the relationship. It's definitely something I have experienced not too long ago. It wasn't great at all. It was horrible actually, but I know that there will be someone that you will eventually love genuinely and be together for the longest time, and honestly, that just sounds nice. But life isn't always like that, and that's just a sad truth that once you get it in your head, well, you can't get it out. I guess life just likes to play with you as if you were a toy. None of us can decide our fate, and we will eventually be swallowed by the black void we call suffering, breakups, sorrow, and every other negative thing. But we have to remember that we are human beings, and one day or another, we're going to eventually have to face our problems. I'm already dealing with one right now, and yes, it has something to do with love, but I feel optimistic that I will get over it eventually. You know, I just need some courage first, and if any of you are going through something, then just take this as advice. Running away isn't gonna do anything. Lying to yourself isn't gonna do anything either. Trust me, I've already tried. Please don't cope in unhealthy ways. If you can't do this on your own, then ask for help. It's okay to ask for help, especially when you need it most. When you need it most, your health matters the most here. Anyways, I deeply apologize if I went a little too deep into that conversation, but let's get into the next topic that I would like to discuss. Also, sorry about the nose. I it's a little ruddy, but it's normal things. I've also been feeling a little sick. But anyways, this topic, it's about the universe. Like, with our existence, we have so many questions that are unanswered, just like the earth and where we come from. But in this scenario, we most likely even have more questions. Like life on other planets. Now, some people believe that intelligent life forms have been existing in other galaxies or planets within the Milky Way. Now, I know a lot of people that might disagree with me, but for me, I really don't believe that there are other intelligent life forms. Like, yes, it seems strange that we are the only planet in the universe to have living organisms, and I can't blame you if you don't believe that other life forms exist. I actually do believe that there are some type of life forms out there. Sure, I don't believe they're intelligent life forms, but it could possibly be somewhat of an animal. Well, yes, we wouldn't really call it an animal, since it doesn't come from Earth, but probably just some made-up term that doesn't even exist. But now that I think about it, when you look at the universe from a different perspective, it really is just it really is just made up of shapes all around. We're all just specks of dust floating around in what is the massive universe that we haven't explored, and we will most likely never explore the whole place considering how much space there is. There's just so many different galaxies and stars just waiting to be found by us. Space is so amazing in so many different ways, and considering how beautiful it can look, it's too bad we can't breathe in space. Otherwise, I'd strap myself to a rocket just to take a look at all the shining stars, though that would suffocate me, or I'd probably just die from exploding. I know this might sound a little cheesy, but in reality, we are all just a piece of stardust waiting to become a true star one day, fulfilling the promises we made to the ones we love. I just hope one day that humans can live in peace and learn to love each other. But the truth is, I don't think that will ever happen because in the end, we're just animals, and it's depressing seeing humans kill each other just because they can and find it enjoyable. But maybe humans will redeem themselves one day. Maybe we will find life outside of Earth one day. But most likely not today. Or anytime soon, actually. Probably take thousands of years before we learn to get along. If we ever do get along. But that's not the point right now. Now, you may have noticed from the background music. I mean, not the music, sorry about that. I'm getting a little. Man. Anyways, but you may have noticed from the background game that I am playing, I am a Sonic fan. I think it's pretty obvious by now, but I want to talk about Sonic Frontiers for a tiny bit. So my first impressions of the game were, well, not so great. But that's not a particularly hot take in the Sonic community. I think everybody knows by now the animation errors and lag spikes. But to be honest, I still would have bought it and enjoyed. But in the recent trailers, I honestly have high expectations for the game now. But this might be a hot take, but I think Sage looks kinda stupid. It's just a small robot child that looks like it came out of Infinite. But other than that, I think the game looks great, and I cannot wait to play it. But at last, this is my conclusion. Or how many minutes do we have? Wow, we have like a good amount of time left. Well, actually, no, not really. We only have like 4 minutes, or no, we only have like 5. Actually, no, we have only 4 minutes left. Well, it was really nice. It was really nice just talking to you, and just hopefully, I hope I have more talks in the future, cause you know what? I actually kind of enjoyed doing this commentary, even though it took way, way too long just to record the gameplay footage. I had to record it multiple times because it would not save to my computer because I had no space, so I had to delete some space. So I thought, you know, deleting the emails would work since I had like over 11,000 that I have not read. So I did that, but they just kept coming back. So yeah, I really just didn't know what to do because they were just every time I deleted them, they just keep coming back, and the storage would not. They would not free up any space at all. It was really, really annoying, and that probably took like an hour or two just to fix, or just to get these videos up, and it took way too long. It was honestly really, really annoying. Hopefully next time it won't be so time consuming, because that was really just an inconvenience right there, and I absolutely despise every single bit of that hour. I literally had to take a break because I was starting to lose my mind. But at last, this is my conclusion for this video. I hope to have more talks in the future with you, because, you know, it's enjoyable. I like watching commentary videos, so kind of inspired me to make my own. Well, this wasn't so much of a commentary, more of just sharing my opinions with you guys. Unless it really is what a commentary is, then, well, yeah, that's what I did. But, yeah, I'll probably make more if I ever have time. I really don't know if I'm gonna have time or when I'm gonna upload next. I do not have a schedule. But I enjoyed talking to you, and I hope to have more talks in the future. So, goodbye friends, and I'll talk to you for another day.